It has been far too long since I reported on the situation in Burma, also known as Myanmar, and a lot has occurred recently. The military junta that took over the government in February 2021 continues to cling to power by its fingernails, but is suffering severe losses both in personnel and territory. In the west of the country, the Arakan Army, the AA, has captured most of their home state of Arakan, also known as Rakhine, including reportedly the entire Bangladesh border zone, and has now begun attacking junta territory in the Irrawaddy region to the southeast of Arakan. Sittwe, the capital of the state and the most important contested city in the west of Myanmar, is now effectively cut off by land and encircled by the Arakan army. Reports are that the AA are massing their forces and logistics for an attempt to take Sittwe, but when this may occur is impossible to forecast. As it is, the AA's attack into the neighbouring Irrawaddy region is apparently making quick progress towards the local capital of Pathine, with reports being that a number of junta troops have surrendered to the AA's advance. The Irrawaddy region has been comparatively peaceful through all the turmoil of the last few years, and it seems that the junta withdrew their prime fighting units for deployment to other contested areas, leaving this region sparsely garrisoned. Apparently the Arakan are now as far south as the beach resort of Chang Tha, where residents are reportedly fleeing before their advance, despite the military ordering all residents to stay put. The situation in the west has seen the military resort to their usual tactic: indiscriminate bombing. Unfortunately, their latest effort proved something of an own goal. An airstrike on the 18th of January hit a camp housing the families of Burma Army prisoners that had previously surrendered to the Arakan Army. This strike killed 28 and injured another 25, reportedly all women and children. In the north, the town of Mansi finally fell to the Kachin Independence Army, the KIA, on the 8th of January. The town has been the subject of fighting for 8 months, and the KIA was finally able to overcome the resistance from the substantial Burma Army garrison stationed there. Reportedly, the last 300 army personnel attempted to break out for the town of Bamo, still under junta control, but were largely hunted down by the KIA and either killed or captured. Bamo itself is besieged by the KIA, and the Kachin continue to work to reduce its defences. The KIA also continue to push further south, assisting the local People's Defence Forces that have besieged the town of Indore in northern Shan State. In one novel and worrying development, the Kachin also report that junta-operated drones have begun using a new weapon against them. On the 2nd of December, the KIA report that drones dropped what was described as fireballs on a town under their control, causing houses to catch fire. Details are extremely sparse as to what exactly this weapon is, but considering the attention that Ukraine's use of what are called Dragon Breath UAVs that drop thermite on a target, this might be some sort of variant of that idea. In the east, there was good news for the Karen National Liberation Army, the KNLA. On the 17th of December, they retook their former capital of Manipur, located on the Thai border. This fortress fell to the Burma Army in 1995, when divisions within the Karen community led to a section of the KNLA to switch sides and betray their former comrades, allowing an assault force of the Burma Army to infiltrate and storm the mountain headquarters. At the time, this was a disaster for the KNLA, so retaking Manipur is a hugely significant moral event, and they continue to besiege multiple junta positions now cut off in their territory. In common with many of the other ethnic armed organisations, the EAOs and the PDFs, there are multiple reports of junta relief columns being ambushed attempting to break through to their trapped units all across the country, resulting in continuous and heavy casualties to junta forces whose grip on power is diminishing gradually but apparently irrevocably. One of the said columns destroyed was another attempt by the junta to break through to the border city of Mayawadi on the Thai border. Mayawadi has been in the news for other reasons recently. A 22-year-old Chinese national and actor by the name of Wang Jin was rescued from effective slavery from a scam call centre operating in Myawaddy. Jing had been lured to Thailand on the promise of acting work, and when he arrived, he was kidnapped and trafficked over the border to Myawaddy and forced to work on what are termed pig butchering scams, which seek to entice victims in non-existent investments. And some of these schemes are more than just about ripping off horny folks looking for romance. In 2023, the Heartland Tri-State Bank of Kansas went bust after the CEO got caught in a crypto investment scam, which saw him steal $47.1 million of the bank's money and send it to a gang operating out of Asia. We know of Wang Xing's experience because his girlfriend, alarmed by his disappearance, apparently caused a heck of a fuss in China, where Xing's minor celebrity for television appearances meant more attention was paid to him than is usual. This eventually caused the Chinese government to finally put pressure on the Thai authorities, who in turn were able to pressure the criminal gang running the operation across the border to release Xing. But the whole situation has raised another issue in China, because while this one case was resolved, it has caused a surge in public calls from people whose own family members have disappeared after being lured to Southeast Asian countries with job offers. And the figure on missing Chinese citizens likely runs into the thousands, as these sorts of scam centres operate in many border areas of Burma, as well as in Laos and Cambodia. While the Chinese government doesn't seem concerned about the plight of its missing citizens, they do seem to be worried about their considerable investments in Myanmar. After advancing rapidly against junta forces, the powerful Kokang-Taang alliance in the north has announced they are halting their military operations and enacting a ceasefire in place. This is almost certainly due to Chinese pressure on the two groups, as I have reported on before, as the Chinese both want to protect their transportation and energy exploration projects in the country, while also keeping the conflict simmering. Some people might object to that assessment. Too bad. After all, there is a reason why both the junta and the EAO's PDFs all use Chinese weapons, and the defiance previously shown to Chinese pressure by the Kokang and the Taang appears to have been overcome by whatever promises or threats the Chinese have made to them. The big question is still whether we will one day see Chinese troops on the ground in Myanmar, which will make things in an already messy situation even more complicated. If you've got this far in the video, think it is fair to conclude that you are interested in the situation in Myanmar, in which case I suggest you check out the Burma coup resistance notes on Substack. Hasten to add, it's nothing to do with me, I got recommended it, and they do a great job of collating a weekly newsletter from open sources on what is happening in Burma. So check it out to help stay abreast of events in the country. Link will be in the description. Thanks everyone, and stay tuned, I will continue to report on Myanmar in the near future.